Thinking about living with extended family? Well, you're not alone. Hundreds and hundreds of more people are choosing to go the multi generational living route instead of buying a home on their own. Let's talk about why a little bit more. Hey everyone, I'm Alex Sousa. I'm a local realtor here in Stanislaus County with Atlantic Realty. And today we're going to talk a little bit more about the new trend of multi generational living. So, first off, what is multi generational living? Well, multi-generational living is exactly what it sounds like. It's when there's multiple generations living under the same roof. So this is usually the grandparents, the parents, and the kids. And it's growing increasingly popular. So in 2010, according to the census data, about 5% of households were multi-generational, and it jumped up to 7.2% of all US family households in 2020 being a multi-generational unit. Now, there are a few reasons why you may want to consider multi generational living. Now, the most common reason right now is due to affordability. With interest rates being a little bit higher, housing prices going up substantially in the past few years alone, people are opting to buy homes with their parents or grandparents or even kids at this point so that they have a little bit more income going towards one mortgage instead of everyone having a separate mortgage. Now, another extremely common reason for multi-generational living is due to aging parents. If you have parents that are elderly, instead of putting them in assisted living or putting them in a nursing home, a lot of people are choosing to purchase a bigger home that has space for their parents as well so that they can watch them at home and they don't have to be in one of those facilities. Now, on the flip side, another reason is for childcare. So, a lot of people, if they have their parents, the grandparents living at home, they don't have to pay for babysitters or any of those childcare services when they can have their parents who are likely retired at home with the children while they are working. Now, of course, like anything, there are pros and cons. Now, some of the biggest pros, as previously mentioned, are the cost saving pros, the a benefit of having your family close. So, once again, if you need childcare or to take care of your aging parents. There's also just the convenience of having family nearby at all times if you are very family focused. Now, on the flip side, some cons to this is there's simply more people living in your house, which can be a little bit overwhelming sometimes if you're used to your own space. Now, you also have to find a bigger home. You can't really do multi generational living in a smaller home because that just leads to a lot of people being cramped in a tiny home. So, you have to find something that's bigger. So, even though you will be saving by splitting mortgages, utilities, and other general costs, keep in mind that your mortgage likely will be higher and your utilities will be higher since it will be a bigger home. Now, if you are planning on purchasing a home to live with multiple families in it, then there are a few things that you should probably look for during your home search. The first is obviously a bigger home with a more open floor plan, just to give you a lot more space. But keep in mind, too, if you have aging parents, then you may need a full bathroom and bedroom downstairs. A lot of these bigger homes have 2 stories, so make sure that there is a full bedroom and bathroom downstairs if you foresee them having issues going up and downstairs at any time in the future. So, something else that you could look for during your home search are properties with more than one home on the land. It's not as common to find these, but what you can find are homes that have an ADU in the back. So, how this works is there's usually the main home up in the front, and in the back, there's a separate additional dwelling unit, or even sometimes people have converted garages into living spaces. The back areas are usually smaller, but if it is just for your parents or young adult children, then that's probably all the space that they need anyway, so that could work out perfect. Now, California is actually trying to combat the inventory and housing shortage that we have by encouraging some of these ADUs and converted garages in the back. Now, how? If you have an ADU or a converted garage or a converted unit in the back that was not previously permitted, you can now go down to the county and go through the process to get it permitted. They've made the process much easier and hassle-free without all the extra steps and fines and regulations and everything, as long as it was built either before 2018 or 2020, depending on your certain area and regulations. So I want to hear in the comments, do you think that multi-generational living is the way to go? And is it something that you would do and be able to handle? If you have any questions about buying a home here in Stanislaus or Merced County, feel free to reach out to me directly or drop any questions you have in the comments below. as well as I do have a free buyer's guide that you can download that is in the comments section. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you next week.